Yep, another frustrating day of buying parts that don't fit. 76 Corvette. On here in the bin tag, everybody knows it's 76. Everybody, it's not a 76, it's a 76. It's right there. 1976 model. Owner bought this car at auction, and Lord have mercy. First off, it had a bad vibration in the motor. So naturally, we got the motor in it. It built 383 in it. Somebody claimed they built, but had to take it out. Had a bad vibration. Whoever did the machine work or anything, the balance was way off. Had to have it cranked and everything rebalanced, all that stuff. Second thing they did, it was a factory AC car. See the evaporator in there and all. They cut the evaporator lines off at the box. Messed up the heater core. Took the controls out of the center console. There were no controls there. This thing had got a Holley throttle body fuel injection system on it. They put that controller in the center console, so I got to redo all that. Most of the time on these older cars, when I do an AC retrofit, I use Vintage Air, and I wish I'd have used Vintage Air this time too. I went with a different company to see what we had. Classic Auto Air. It says right here on the side of the box, perfect fit, Elite Series. Well, where to begin? Alright, well, we've got the box. I've got the box sitting in here. I mean, it's a nice looking compact box. First thing, you know, in the directions and all, he's got a radio mounting bracket that bolts there. Problem with that is the motor assembly there and all is actually hitting up against the frame, or what would you call it? You know, the dashboard. So I'm gonna have to do some modifications to that. Hanging this thing in here. Let's go right here to their subpar instructions. Look right there. Locate one pinhead screw holding evaporator level. Attach blower support bracket to the blower using a screw and a power screwdriver. You see where they show it? Hooking to the frame out there and then running right into the fan. Okay, this is the screw they want you to run in there. This is the bracket, and they want you to run it right into this brand new Spall fan. Bracket goes, which this bracket doesn't fit. Put it in here. Got it there lined up, and it's not even bent right. And then you want me to run a screw into the brand new fan after I have to modify the bracket to fit. So that's one thing. I'm gonna have to do something else to change that up. I'm not gonna run a screw through the center of that fan and take a fancy chance of hitting the fan blade. Alright, so the next issue we have, yeah, they got this plate that blocks off for the evaporator and all of that, and I've just got it mocked up here. You've got one bracket here where this bolts to. Lines come through, and then it bolts to the firewall. Okay, well, I've got one bolt in here. If you look right here, see right there's the hole, right there's the hole in the firewall. So that one doesn't match up, this bottom one doesn't match up, so I've got to drill new holes in the firewall to get that to fit. Next thing is running the wiring harness through. Let me go over here a couple pages. Okay, they show the wiring harness here. Let's see, shows putting the bracket on, lines going through. Of course, then they show, yeah, bolting right up, which does not happen. We'll have to drill new holes. here's the next thing. You got 2 wires that comes through there. And you got to drill a hole in the bottom for the drain. Okay, you got the water valve control harness, and you got this white wire. Okay, this is that wire harness. This is your white wire. This is the wiring harness for the water control valve. Here's the hole that goes through. Now, there's no quick disconnect or anything on this, so how is this going to go through that hole? Really? So this is stuff I'm running into, aftermarket stuff. They claim, you know, it's supposed to fit. There's my invoice and all, saying for the evaporator for say, and then the kit, you know, the condenser kit for 76. Of course, then some of the other parts says for 68 to 74. You know, more modifications. You buy stuff that's supposed to be exact fit, which I know anything aftermarket's not going to fit perfectly, but this is ridiculous. In hindsight, I'd have definitely went with Vintage Air. I've used their kits before, and I have had a whole lot better fitment and stuff, and all their stuff actually matches the firewall and stuff. You know, I've still got to put the condenser and then run the lines. This is the line, the kit, and all the lines come with. You know, nothing's pre-assembled. You got to fit everything together, and then I have to get the lines crimped. So, I mean, it's a nice looking kit if it halfway fit. You know, for $2,200, I'm not impressed at all. But that's just my opinion on this. You know, in hindsight, Vintage Air is the way to go.